But I want to focus on a story that was in our statewide paper in Arkansas, the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, and it was entitled, it's a recent article, Benefits Link Cited as Mire for Medicaid. Disability cost now 51% of states' Medicaid program growth. And the general point of this article was the fact that once people get on disability, they are eligible for Medicaid. And while the federal government may be paying for part of that, the state has to carry that Medicaid cost. And this is a huge problem for us in Arkansas. And it's a quite extensive article that explores some different options. And one of the things that struck me is there are a couple of quotes in here that reflect some of what's been discussed here, which is that unfortunately in some of the areas that have lost significant population, those are the areas of the state where disability has increased drastically. And this article explores the fact that some may be or are using disability as unemployment insurance. I'm going to read a couple quotes. And this is from a state senator, a Democrat. He says, quote, I know people who lost their job because it went away. There's not another one, so they go ahead and apply for disability. And then there's a quote in here from Mary Daly, economist with the Federal Reserve Bank in San Francisco. I'm sure you're familiar with her. She says, quote, a really important question for the nation and for states is, has this become our long-term unemployment insurance program? That's bothersome, not because we don't want people to have a safety net with regard to unemployment insurance, but we want programs to be used for the intended purpose. There are a lot of people that rely on Social Security disability who are disabled. And when people who are not disabled use this program inappropriately, even if I'm not saying they don't need a safety net, but when they use this program, they are threatening the benefits to the people for whom the program was intended. And so my first question, I'm sure you've gone over this ad infinitum in the past, but can we not, is it not doable to simply have a better screening process? I mean, what is hard about that? We put people on the moon. I mean, can we not do a better job of weeding out applicants who are inappropriately getting benefit and putting the benefits of the disabled at risk? And I mean, we've got a quote here by the same Democrat senator, state senator, who says, quote, either we've got some folks with handicaps or we've got some good folks who are filling out the paperwork. And I wouldn't have put it that way, but you see the point. So could you comment on that?
I would just say that it's extremely difficult to draw the line between a person who is actually able to work and a person who is not able to work. That's an extremely difficult, sometimes subjective judgment call to make. It is true that many highly qualified people are on the program. They absolutely cannot work. But in recent years, there have been 3 academic papers coming at the problem from very different approaches, identifying younger DI beneficiaries, and especially younger beneficiaries with musculoskeletal and mental impairments who apparently retain some ability to work. So it might be possible to look at those kinds of beneficiaries in particular to see if we can help them get back to work. It's a very difficult problem. The other thing to mention is that, especially during recessions, if a disabled person has had a job that's worked well for them, but they lose that particular job, it may be extremely difficult to find another job that suits their needs. And so they look at the opportunities available to them. Do I want to go on DI? Or you were talking about the SSI program, which is a separate program that has limits on income and assets. That SSI program also grants immediate access to Medicaid benefits, and part of those Medicaid benefits are funded by the states. But it has exactly the same medical requirements to get on to the SSI program. So you want to think about that young person, perhaps, who's looking at a job at very low wages, if they can find one, versus a DI benefit with Medicare benefits to come down the road, or an SSI benefit with immediate Medicaid benefits. And it turns out the way the benefit formula works, a very low income person gets a pretty good replacement rate. The DI benefit has been indexed to the average wage in the economy. Because of growing income inequality, the average wage has been growing faster than the low wage jobs can pay, and therefore you get a better rate of return for that very low wage worker. Now, this is not to say that people don't have a good work ethic. It's just to say that they make a choice based on what's available to them, and they take all those factors into account.
We've got more IG working on that, the IG's into that big time, and we'll talk more about that next week. You have 1 second.
1 second. Okay, well, I have 3 little points, so I'll try to make this super quick. First of all, we all feel for areas such as some in Arkansas where there has been population loss. And I would suggest that in areas that have actually had population loss, that's probably because of a lack of job opportunity. Mm-hmm. The people who really can hold a good job, many of them have probably left, thereby leaving more people behind who perhaps are disabled. So we shouldn't be real surprised in such areas that you've seen more people getting disability. The other thing too about Medicaid, and that Medicaid costs for disabled have been increasing faster. This is again just the demographics, because disabled are, remember, that's the area where the baby boomers have been moving into disability ages. They haven't yet moved into the retirement age. That's coming. So we have this. And the final little point is that, as Joyce mentioned, the determination of disability is very, very tricky. Remember, only 1/3 of people who apply for disability benefits are allowed a benefit at the initial stage of adjudication. About 1/2 are allowed. Of those who have additional folks that we deem to be additional folks coming in during this most recent very severe recession, less than that have actually been allowed benefits. It's a tough process. It's a strict definition. Not everybody gets on, and SSA is doing the best it can, and hopefully the funding will be there to be able to do a better job, especially in the medical reviews.
Part of it's the disability judges too. We're getting after them too. The IG's really working this hard. In fact, had to hire more people
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I ran out of time last time. I just wanted to thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I want to say I look forward to the upcoming hearing and the IG's investigation. I will tell you, as someone who's not been on this subcommittee long, that I get so many anecdotal stories about abuse, waste, fraud, and abuse in this area. And I know that, I know for a fact that a lot of them are true, and I know my constituents are on to something. I have learned in the last 2.5 years that when you start to get a lot of the same sort of stories from your constituents, that there's something there. So while some things may be going well, my constituents tell me that there are a lot of people they know who are on disability who should not be on disability, and that is putting pressure on the funding for the people who legitimately need those benefits. And so I don't believe everything is great. I look forward to learning more about where the problem is, but I am convinced, based on what I have seen and heard, that there is a major problem with the process of applying and receiving these benefits. I have not identified where all those problems are yet, but I know there's a problem. And I have also learned in my 10 years prior to coming to Congress and working in D.C. that there's not an agency up here that couldn't stand some significant reform. And that you just happen to be the one in front of us right now. But you could take any one of them in this city, and some of them I was a part of for years, and there is plenty of room for reform. So I look forward to learning as we go through this, but I am very, very suspect of what's going on, and we'll continue to look at this. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.